Hi, this is Dr. Yi, your host. I'm a firm believer that healthcare knowledge should be readily available to public, and I just like talking about weight management as well as healthy lifestyle. So don't forget to subscribe as I plan to upload new videos every Tuesday. Before I talk about how I lost 20 pounds during my early mid-20s, I wanted to talk about my child adolescence year. Now, during those time, I remember I was never overweight. Was I ever underweight? Always in a leaner but in a middle range of healthy weight. And I really have to thank my parents for this when I look back, because they would always prepare me a really delicious home cooked meal, as well as sending me to all these gym classes, making sure I stayed active. So I was a pretty healthy child, and it wasn't until I went to college where I was a victim of freshman 15. Now, freshman 15, when you imagine, it's like over the course of a year, but personally for me, it happened within 2-3 months. And I remember being so helpless. I didn't know what to do. I felt so overwhelmed with all these bodily changes, as well as my confidence level shut down to bottom of the pit hole, where I didn't want to go out with my friends. I often told them, oh, I have to study, but then really didn't have to study. So I remember being so depressed during those period. And that being said, it wasn't until early sophomore year where I really went on a diet. So at the time I didn't know what diet was, so like any college student would do, I went on Google, search for all these different type of diet with the fastest result. And can you imagine what would have came out? So one of them was like juice cleanse, Denmark diet, and some of them were like mono food diet. Have you guys heard of that? So what basically is you choose a one type of a food and just eat that throughout the day. For example, I would say today is an apple day, and I would eat only apple. It doesn't matter how much apple I eat, but I can only eat apple. The next day would be cucumber day, where I eat only cucumber. So yeah, I went on to all these diets, but then the sad part is, yes, I would be losing 7 pounds, 8 pounds, and I would see all these results within a week, and I felt so powerful, and I felt like I was in control. And then the next week came, and I realized my body actually needed nutrition, and I felt so hungry. So I would binge eat a normal food, then I would rebound back to my normal weight or gain an extra pound after that. So that was a cycle. And if you can see a picture right here, yes, that was me, 20 pounds heavier than right now. So that cycle would continue, and I didn't know what to do about it. And I hit a point where I kind of gave up. I told myself, I don't want to do this anymore. My body feels tired. It's so taxing to my own emotion. So I just gave up at that point. And I think it was like mid junior year-ish where I said, okay, let me just give it a try. But instead of trying to go on a diet, I wanted to go on a healthy lifestyle change. So I enrolled in a ballet class because I knew that my passion for ballet was so huge. I loved the aesthetic aspect of it. So I enrolled in those classes where I attend 3 to 4 ballet class a week, where a teacher would keep me accountable also. So if I would miss a class, she would call me or email me telling me that I missed a class. So that's how I kept accountable in terms of exercise, although ballet is an art. Also with food, I decided to eat 2/3 of my original portion. So for example, instead of eating a whole burrito, I would eat 2/3 of a burrito. Instead of eating a whole bowl of rice, I would eat 2/3 of a rice. A day passed, a week passed, and then a month passed. And I think within a span of 5 or 6 months where I was able to lose that 20 pounds. And as you can see over here, that's a drastic change. And yes, that is a 2-pack that I'm very, very proud of. So yeah, that was my journey of how I lost 20 pounds during my early mid-20s. Now, with that said, do you think that I went into yo-yo? Well, that's for another video, so always stay tuned. And I really wanted to share that portion because I wanted to take you guys on a journey, on my own journey of how I felt emotionally destroyed going back to a yo-yo. Thank you so much for listening and allowing me to share my own journey. And let me leave you with my favorite quote by Audrey Hepburn. Nothing is impossible because the word in itself says I'm possible.